Galloway with the Eufaula Fire and Rescue with the weekly reports of February 27th through March the 3rd. We've had a total of 28 incidents, 14 EMS calls, 2 motor vehicle accident with injuries, 1 aircraft standby, 1 smoke odor removal, 2 public service calls, 1 unauthorized burn, 1 alarm sounded with no fire, and 6 burn permits were approved. The first motor vehicle collision was at 1345 South Eufaula Avenue. When it arrived on scene, the individual was complaining of some neck pain. After examining them, individuals wanted to go to the ER by a private-owned vehicle. The second one was a 1684 South Eufaula Avenue. These were minor injuries. They were transported to Medical Center Barber ER for further treatment. And we had 1 unauthorized burn. This was at 326 Pebble Beach. Subject was burning a pile of limbs and leaves, cleaning up the yard. Did not have a burn permit. It got out from him. Got pretty good area. They were able to put it out quickly upon arrival and advise the homeowner there of the situation with needing to get burn permits. So with the weather changing, it getting warmer, everybody's wanting to clean up a little bit. We do please encourage everyone to call us. We will come out. We will inspect your area. If it meets the ordinances and the regulations of the burn permit, we'll issue you one there on the site. If not, we can give you advice or information on what to do to handle your situation of cleaning up limbs and leaves in your area. So please do contact us at any one of our fire stations. You can contact 687-1218. That is our central fire station, and they can get you in contact with the local station and get those trucks out there to inspect those areas for you and take care of that. So other than that, that's about it for the fire department today.
This is Detective Lance Abbott with Eufaula Police Department, and these are the reports for February 28, 2014 through the March 3rd of 2014. During that time period, we had 12 misdemeanor arrests, and we had 9 felony arrests, giving us a total of 22 total arrests with 5 traffic accidents. Regarding the uniform incident offense reports, first one is listed as harassing communications. This occurred at the Eufaula city limits. It occurred on the 1st of March. The next report is involving a domestic violence 3rd degree on 1st Street in Eufaula, Alabama. The next report is an information report on an unattended death which occurred at Dixon Lumber Company. Next report is for public intoxication that occurred on South Eufaula Avenue. Next report is for criminal trespass 3rd degree, which occurred on Spruce Circle. Next report is for reckless endangerment and attempting to elude a police officer, which occurred on South Eufaula Avenue. Next report is a juvenile incident offense report involving domestic violence 3rd degree, which occurred on Gamage Road in Eufaula. Next report is involving theft of property 3rd degree, which occurred on South Eufaula Avenue. The next report is involving theft of property 2nd degree and unlawful breaking and entering a motor vehicle, and this occurred on South Eufaula Avenue. The next report is involving distribution of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. This occurred on Eufaula Avenue at Leroy Road, and this also occurred on the 2nd of March in Eufaula. As to the arrest reports, the first one is involving a juvenile offender, and this occurred in Eufaula, Alabama on the 28th of February, and he's charged with domestic violence 3rd degree. The next arrest report is for Zachary Chase Buchanan for distribution of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of marijuana 1st degree. Related to the same incident, is Corbin Jamal Fields, and he was arrested for distribution of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a marijuana first degree. The next arrest report is involving Danielle Grace Perot of Villa Rica, Georgia, and she was charged also with distribution of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of marijuana first degree. And involving the same incident, Eric Robotham Koch Jr., also charged with distribution of controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of marijuana first degree. The next arrest report is for Jackie Kraft. He was arrested for public intoxication. Next arrest report is for Christopher Lee Crumpton. He was arrested for failure to appear on a traffic warrant. Next arrest report is for Jesse Ronald Trawick. He was arrested for public intoxication. The next arrest report is for Ront Quavius Lakeith Craddock. He was arrested for reckless endangerment and attempting to elude a police officer. The next arrest report is for Ladarius McNabb. He was charged with attempting to elude a police officer. Next arrest report is for Ladarius McNabb, and it was for contempt of court or failure to appear. Next arrest report is for Susan Beck, and she has been arrested for theft of property second degree. And we wanted to share with the public some information regarding upcoming spring break traffic. Eufaula Police Department, in conjunction with the Eufaula State Street Department, are developing plans to ease any congestion and to allow for easier traffic flow through the city during the spring break and summer weekend season. We urge residents of Eufaula to exercise patience and caution during this busy period and plan their activities around town accordingly. The traffic lights, the red lights that are prevalent throughout the city at the Eufaula Avenue intersection of Broad Street, Barber Street, Washington Street, will be on flash mode during peak traffic hours. These lights will flash yellow for Eufaula Avenue north and south traffic and red for the crossing streets of Broad, Barber, and Washington. Officers will be assigned to these intersections to direct the traffic. Left turns will not be permitted in the Broad Street or Washington Street intersections during this time. The media cut-through across from the Bluff City Inn will also be blocked off. Residents are urged to heed the traffic cones and barricades and the officer's direction to help aid in a solution to the traffic issue and not contribute to it. Historically, the peak traffic congestion is on Fridays southbound and on Sundays northbound, although it can occur at really any time. The target hours for the implementation of the plan is from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. or until the traffic subsides. Again, we recommend that residents plan their weekend chores and ventures around these times and utilize the side streets as much as possible to help the flow of traffic and just ease any problems that we could have.
One of the things you might remind people is that a flashing red light is a stoplight.
That's correct. It's not a caution signal. Any red is universal with stop, and I think that's in all of the countries in Europe.
Is that stop and go? Stop, look, and see what's happening, and then go, or
If it's flashing and it's red, it's treated like a stop sign. It's just
treat it like a stop sign. Okay, so make sure things are clear. Check the
Exactly.
right-of-ways.
right away is most important.
On the first incident report that you had, it was mentioned about its city limits. Which city limits?
Just north of the city limits, as Eddie Ingram said about. What town was that? 200 miles
I'm assuming that what it's referring to is inside the city limits. It's a harassing communication that's been done via telephone, text messages, and I guess he's just trying to reiterate the fact that it did actually occur inside the city, not like someone was calling, say, from Dothan or Columbus, that everything took place inside the city limits.
Okay. The other thing that I would ask is, on the Dixon Lumber unattended deaths, was that an employee or somebody who was on their property trespassing or whatever?
If it wasn't, if it was either an employee or it was somebody that was, through contract that was hauling, because it was a gentleman that was found in the cab of a vehicle. He was unresponsive. He was 61. Of course, officers and first aid responders attempted to provide CPR. It was, unfortunately, was not able to revive him.
Is that a local person we know? Or?
No, sir. But I'm assuming he was either a full-time employee that commuted with the truck, the logging truck, or a contract person that was just under agreement to haul stuff, right?
Fine.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well, thank you, and these are the reports for time period between the 28th of February and the 3rd of March for 2014. Thank you very much. Have a great week.